Hey, hey, hey. What's up, divine masculines? Oh, sorry about that. Bow, bow. Oh, the hot chili peppers in the background. Excuse me, excuse me. So, what's up, divine masculines? Welcome, welcome. It's Metaphysical Mama. Welcome if it's your first time, and welcome back if you are revisiting my crazy space station here, wherever you're watching from. And let's get into this. What's up, divine masculines? We just did divine feminine reading. I just reorganize my space here because I had to move. I had to move my spaces around. So let's see what's up with you, divine masculines. What decorating I use. What spirit want us to use? Bear with me. I'm just gonna let the energy come in. So this reading's for divine masculine specifically. If you're cross watching, that's cool. You know, divine masculine, you could be a woman or a male's biological body. It's just, again, then you're going to carry both attributes, divine masculine and divine feminine, along with our human, right, garbage. I won't say garbage. We love our human life and our human selves too, right? And but all, you know, all packaged up into one, and we can feel a little out of place, right? But at the same time, we're coming into, right? This is just so it's real important. Let me turn this down a little. That we go, you know, that we honor ourselves and allow, let me say divine masculine, because I'm a woman, but I carry very hardcore the divine masculine energy. So, you know, I'm a super, just to introduce myself a little, you know, I'm a super empath, right? Like a Hayoka empath. So the way that I feel, when I say I feel, it's not emotional, right? Female, feminine emotion. Not that I don't have feeling, I absolutely do. They're so deep. I feel everyone else's feelings as well. And I can, you know, it's taken me a long time since I was little to, and still is, I'm still, right, shedding and going through this process of recognizing, right, what is not mine, right? Nothing belongs to us anyhow. However, at the same time, right, we're bombarded and we're a magnet. So we're attracting a lot of, right? Isn't that funny? It just blacked out on me. So lots of debris, right? So when things get turned upside down, right? Like when a wave comes crashing in, and all the sand gets pushed around and everything else that's in the water is all mixed up, right? That's an emotion, right? And there's lots of, right, mix-ups come from the ocean of emotion, which is different, right? And for the love of Venus, right? For then unconditional love and empathy and compassion, which is, right, that's divine feminine or unconditional love or empathy and intuitive, right? Right, our sixth senses, which can get quite, again, mixed up and confused with, right? Lilith can get quite confused with Eve, right? So it's not like we don't like Eve, we love Eve. However, Lilith and Eve are two different entities completely. And saying Venus and Mercury are the same thing is messy. There's a mix-up goings-ons around here. You know what I'm saying? Chili Peppers are saying, I am what I am. You know what I'm saying? Don't give a damn. I fucking love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh, think you can suck my kiss. I'm listening to Blood Sugar Baby, Sex Magic, the Blood Sugar Sex Magic album by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Suck my kiss. You can't hurt me. Oh, Lord. Is she talking dirty? That I was made to suck my kiss. Lord of the Triumph of Light. We got the Chariot, Divine Masculine. Are you even able to see that? It's all dark. Oh, Lord. I can't win. I can't win. Anyhow, you don't need to see. It's the Hermetic deck I'm using presently. So we got the Chariot. And speaking of the darkness of the divine is all up in this card, which represents the divine feminine, right? The mother-daughter, kind of the forgotten ones that they keep calling dis-ease and viruses and such. You know what I mean? People's emotions get in their way and make their judgment a little cloudy, and then they turn that word love, right, into evil. But we can turn it into evolve, because everything's love, right? It's like, yo, whatever. Whatever. Would have been dead. Going through my head. Should have been, would have been, could have been dead if I didn't get a message going through my head. Oh, baby, think you can be my girl, I'll be your man. Right? Beware. There's a reason, I guess, that, you know, chili peppers, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Lots of Jezebel energy coming through right now. Oh, and I got the Chili Willies to confirm it. Oh, is she talking dirty? Oh, Lordy. Oh, boy. Now we got the Hermit. Magus of the voice of light and Lord of triumph of light. So, again, well, you know, divine masculines, sometimes divine, right? Like God is, after all, so Satan, right? Have to have equal and opposing opposites, right? In order to have a balanced system. So we can't pretend one part doesn't exist, right? We don't do that shit, especially as divine masculines, right? No, we're realists. We may get confused. We may get caught up. We may, right, allow a lot of shit to pass by because we have an awareness when and when not to. Here's a chariot. Sorry, I don't wish you could see a little better. Hopefully that comes a little more clear. Right, when and when not to jump into, right, war. War. Huh. What is it good for? And I got the Hermit, right? Absolutely nothing. I'm just going to move you so you can see a little bit in the light here, because these are really great cards. Right, so knowing when and when not to, right, engage in battle, which could be with a feminine energy, right, with an emotion within ourselves. Most of the time, those get avoided too, right? Or we haven't been able to give ourselves permission to feel like now Anthony Kiedis. Hold on, what did he just say? Hold up. I'm such a fool. Hold up. This is such a good song too. He's just saying, the sweetest feeling I got, the things I said to you were true. I could never change what I feel. My face will never show what is not real. Right? So a lot of time though, we still had to put things, could have lied. I'm such a fool. I could never, never, never keep their cool. Showed her and I told her how, but she struck me and I'm fucked up now. Sorry. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I remember that song. I was like, I needed to absorb those words, and repeat them because, yo, again, as a woman and a female, enough the towel. Just kidding. But being a feminine, a female, right? And having to carry both energies, right? And I'm a mom, and again, right, like due to, right, our high, again, I'm not saying there's no ego here, right? But again, to our quick high, like thinking, etc. It can come across as an ego, but it's because we pick up on things very quickly. We, again, like as an empath or a telepath, we've already picked up, scooped up, copied, and analyzed, right, what somebody else is feeling, maybe before they even know they're feeling it, right? And then as a divine feminine, are able to, right, interpret that and like, oh, and then have a feeling toward it, which then can prevent us from moving forward because we get caught up in that feeling of should we or should we not. We don't want to harm someone else's feelings sometimes, or then when we do, it looks like it's our ego, or we can really scare somebody sometimes by, right, letting them know that we know their deepest, darkest secrets and what they're feeling, and maybe a really easy way to handle that. And we're just spitting it out like it's nothing, like, hey, you want a cup of coffee? And that's something someone else has been hiding. They're, right, not right behind a mask, right? They've been masking for some time. So then we look like the bad guy because we brought out into the light something that was hidden, right? Which is part of being, I'll say, a twin flame and a divine masculine or a divine feminine. And we can flip back and forth which roles we're playing. So that's why I said, and along with, we also play the part of the karmic, right? Or the one that brings karma by holding, right, time and space and allowing time and space to pass until something, right, passes, right? It's like a kidney stone, allowing a fucking kidney stone to pass, which I've never had to pass one, but I hear that that's extremely, extremely painful. Yeah. Or such as a mother giving birth, right, to a child, which I can say, ouch, motherfucking hurts. And is extremely scary. You know? So the things that we go through, oh, at the bottom of the deck we have, let there be light. The last judgment. That's what's up. That's what's up, buttercups. And yeah, we just got in, right, and we're in fall. We at that snip snip time, right? Harvest time at 7:44. 7:44. 7:44. I don't know if you could see that neither. Yeah, so given our okay, so of Fortune. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Ooh. I'm like, ooh, hold up. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Ooh, wow. All right. Okay, so so we got, oh, more. Hold on a second. Yeah, people, in order to avoid emotions, right? We got Pisces and Saturn showing up. Lord of Abandoned Success. Um, and Princess of Wands. Okay, right next to that, which more tigers. Okay, so tigers are appearing all day. And then the next card under that is upside down. So I'm not gonna yeah, upside down Princess of Cups. Um Palace of the Floods, Princess of the Palace of the Floods. Yeah, upside down. So right, yeah, you again, that's Jezebel energy. So okay, hold up. I got a whole story popping out now. See, we just need to hang out for a little bit and yeah. Ooh, okay. And we got Mars and Scorpio, Mars and Capricorn, North Node and Saturn, Saturn and Pisces. I just did that Pisces reading too, and a lot of Uranian energy obviously came through with that. So, and today's the new moon. We're in a new moon in Libra, and the sun's in Libra. Today's October 6th, 10/6, which is the 7-day, or if we add the year, right? It's a 5-year, fifth element, and it's a 12-day, which is a 3 simplified, but 10/6, right, is a 7, 106. And so we also got Queen of Swords, Queen of the Thrones of Air. So yeah, like we just said, okay, so yo, that's like, look, yo, oh, so crazy. Wait a minute. Oh my God. All right, great. Facebook shut, right? We had fuck book problems the other day, right? Sorry, Facebook. I mean Facebook, fake book. I mean Facebook. Anyhow, right? We had, I guess, Facebook issues. So I throw it up there so it goes up there, and you know, because I'm aware that all my friends and my peeps still connect there, and I think it's an awesome, amazing place, and right. But I've been guided to not really do much on there in the last couple of years, few years or more now, really. You know, for the most part, like with everything, due to the nature of the beasts that have been right cloning, doppelganging, and copywriting, and oh, my chest is feeling a little tight, so they don't like what I'm saying. Ain't that too bad? Anyhow, not too bad, but like I feel it, and right, it's like it's all right. Breathe. Let me not say right, like I don't have to be like that because I'm being just like that, right? So, however, okay, yo, things are okay. Connections are getting cut. Queen of Swords, okay, is here holding the head. Let me just wait a minute. Yeah. I just got like it's like if I could verbalize how quickly the information right fiber optically passes through my brain, the whole story here. See all the cards that just kind of. So I'll put it here if you like to pause and take a look. But it came out right. Lord of the Forces of Life, Wheel of Fortune. That was the other card, like I said, that came out right. We had the Last Judgment and Wheel of Fortune, and we had the Chariot, and Chili Peppers are playing War and Peace right now. Oh my God. And the Hermit here. So it's like we're coming out of, okay, like the age of war, you know, right? It all started in China. Supposedly China is talking about right attacks on right they're saying China is attack what is it, Taiwan, or I don't want to say the wrong place now. Dang it. And whatever. But again, China's where the CRISPR is. Again, right here in our own backyard of America, right? Biden is saying it's okay to, right, permit out in no man's land, right, in the oceans, to sell all this, what is it fucking called? To fucking frack. I'm not able to speak intelligently right now with Mercury retrograde. I read 2 huge long articles about it this morning that just made my blood boil like steam. That's all good. I just have learned how to breathe through those things. Because that's how we keep that mercurial Mars thermometer from, right, cracking the glass and exploding out the vial. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be with us. Spill blood cups. We're in the Divine Feminine reading. Interesting. Okay, listen. Divine Masculines. You already know that you have been tricked, right? We all have. Myself as well, right? It's like we're untying and deciphering all these codes, right? Quantum entanglement. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Right? And we've allowed and been very patient and have no fucking clue what the fuck is really going on as we are awakening and becoming more consciously aware of ourselves, right? It's kind of like that feeling. Ooh. What I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. Running with the feeling, don't stop, continue. Realize I don't want to be a miser. Yo, miser came out in that last reading too. How come everybody want to keep it like a Kaiser? Yeah, right? Just get the shot and everybody pretend that everything's just fine. Wear your mask. Anybody seen the movie Coraline? I'm your mother. Or Ever After? Or what's it called? Tangled? Excuse me. Oh, Lordy. Mother knows best. Okay. Which again, no hard feelings, just lots of different stories going on. So what feeling are we allowing ourselves to remain in, right? Beneath the remains, Sepultura, right? And what, who, are we just giving it away? Are we allowing to run our program and take our power? Right? So we don't, right? First, the truth is going to piss us off. We don't got to allow it to piss us off so much that we, right, shoot our own fucking face off, foot off, etc. Right? Blow up out the bottle. Hey, Brad Wolf. Thanks for your input. That's cool. I just saw that you were writing, you wrote, I appreciate your care and concern, dude. I'll have to take a look at those things. Yeah, I just allow, right? I just allow. So this isn't really about me being right or wrong. This is just cosmic surfing, dude. So if it ain't the right vibration for you, that's cool. You can keep cruising to another station, or you can hang out, whichever you like. It's cool either way. Wolf is super important to me. So again, this is a metaphysical channel, so kindly take what resonates and leave the rest. This is about vibration, and having an open mind and just allowing yourself to kind of swim through what you're going through. So we're just picking up on quite a lot of, it's like you ever see is it X-Men? So yeah, I don't have such good memory of names, labels, and things because again, I don't hold on to definitions of things in such natures. Um, you know, I acknowledge them, but every word has a minimum of 5 meanings just in the English language alone. So yeah, school's important, but experience is more. And having the ability to be open-minded and let yourself soar is a whole nother thing. So one day you'll get there, dude. You know what I mean? Don't give it away now. But again, and no personal offense there, just just playing and riding the waves. Um, so yeah, getting into again, cards or anything else is just a tool. Energy never lies, people do. So at the bottom we got King of Swords. Racing through. Prince of the Chariot of Wands. And I just want to quick, right, actually respond. Because while we're used to, like, right, trolls and people that are, right, trying to learn their whole life how to be an alpha wolf or an alpha male or an alpha, which actually, if you do your studies, isn't even a real thing. Sigma male, Sigma alpha. Um, Beta, yeah, are brain waves and vibrations and such natures that we experience, right? So, or they're fraternities with a bunch of dudes that like to, right, go through hazing, sex magic, blood sugar baby, and play. What do we say? What I got? You're playing with children's toys that were meant to scam people. I find the news, the media, like Trump says, fake news, and our education system, along with, right, anything that has the word system, force, which isn't necessarily bad. That's just messy with a bunch of immature people. Again, like beings trying to hang on to a story or a narrative or a title or a label or something that makes them feel better or think better about themselves. It strokes their ego quite fine. So, and they use other people's time, energy, and what we currently call money. Money! Which, where'd that come from? How was that man-made? How was that made? Time is money and money is time, they say, yeah? So, right, so here we had 2 of Cups too, Lord of Love. So mad different flippy floppy energies coming coming in. Daughter of the flaming sword, fortitude, more north node, right? And taming that lion. And how do we tame that lion, right? Like Daniel in the Bible. Not by grabbing it with force by its head or instilling fear into it, which is what the fallen ones do, come into the daughters of men, which is into the feminine, into any emotional body that is not mature or doesn't have awareness, but that masculine wannabe intellect, ego, tries to forcefully take control over such natures. And that's what we've been dealing with for quite a long time, right? Dealing with the devils. um, so again, the words that we use in the terms, right? Again, kindly take what resonates and leave the rest. It says that always in the description on all my, unless I forget, most of the videos, etc. And we expect whatever I decide, I trust in the outcome. Two of Swords, Sugar. So we all have different belief systems, and we've all had different experiences, and different cards, right? Hands that we've been dealt throughout, lifetimes, this life, right? There's another one of the soul's journey, envy card. When that comes up, it's, what does it say? I know I'm just like everyone else, but with different challenges, right? So it's not like, because we're not all created equal and we're not all just like everyone else. We're all, right, uniquely different. However, we all have the same rights as sovereign beings, sovereign divine beings, right? So having awareness of being a multidimensional being and what that means, right? That's like when we say the word UFO, which they changed to UAP now, right? Or spaceship, or, right? We don't really like the word, say alien. It's more say extraterrestrial, ultra terrestrial. That's a lot nicer. But most of the time, the words and labels that we use are somebody else wrote that down because they're telling a story about someone, someplace, or something else, right? So someone else is going to call another person, place, or thing something else than those beings or people that are probably from there, right? Someone else is observing something, all right? What are we going to call that? Right? It's like Little Mermaid when she's like, here's a thingamabob and whatever, right? So we all make up and come up with different words to name and call things, right? And that's what a masculine does as an Adam. Adam has the ability to name things. But that doesn't define their character or their process or order of operation or their divinity or anything else, right? What they actually are. Right? As an existing presence. So little subtle differences when we think we know, right? And then all of a sudden, right, here comes that wave. Here comes something. And right, then we have to take a look from a different direction or another perspective so that we allow and have more ability, excuse me, to, right, bear more fruit, right, to grow more branches, right, have more of an open view, right? Gather more information, right? We're hunters and gatherers. But does that mean we're supposed to hunt and harm other people, places, and things? Again, terms and usage and the belief system that has, right, been up until now, not that it was bad, but right, it's just that's what we're coming to, right? This is the end of times, right? Revelation just means revealing of truth. Apocalypse means revealing of truths, right? Revelations, revealing, right? So allowing ourselves to see more, revealing more truths can be a very scary, right, time and place, which we're all in, right? If we can all agree on that, absolutely. You know, and not knowing, right, can be absolutely scary as any, right, the masculine, so to speak, right? The intellect, right? Masculine means linear, positive and negative thoughts, right? There are linear, 90-degree angles, can go this way or that way. An emotion, right? That's our feminine energy. So Adams and Eves consist of our thoughts and our feelings. And that's what they call host thoughts now, right? All our emotions, right? And then some. And then there's lots of other, right, obvious meanings and etc. So, but we don't, right, have to, right? I'm more like hard, right? I go to a negative and then bring it into more of a light, airy place where it's just more transparent and clear. Not, oh, I'm of the light and I'm so light. That's not what being a spiritual being or a divine feminine or masculine necessarily means. So people's interpretations, right? Like, what's an angel? An angel represents a warrior of God, yeah? And right, if a daemons appear once a man has touched something or harmed something and disrupted the balance of something. So now there's, right, imbalance in the system, or there's a blockage where there should be ebb and flow, right? Mm-mm. I'm just appreciating the guitar jam. uh, so divine masculines, let's see. Yeah. So as we were saying before, earlier too, hold on a second. I see the truth in this ending. I trust the present moment. I embrace joyful opportunities. Let's see, divine masculine, oh, dragon energy card. Lord of abandoned success, Lord of material success, Lord of yeah, a lot of that. Right. So yeah, again, to planetary wise, right? Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury are all about to, right, go into forward motion, come out of retrograde, so to speak. Anyhow, come out of retrograde. Um, so right, and these are big, right? These are the big daddy planets that have been stationed now, and also, what was I saying? I didn't read the full article, but yesterday I saw they posted something about, right, the Earth's light is getting dim, more dim, and Pluto's atmosphere is something's happening with the atmosphere. It's becoming less dense. And this is again when Pluto, Saturn, etc. Right, a few years back to what is 2016 when we all like twin flame the whole catapult into the parallel. Right? Don't mix with politics. Yeah, wizard again when war started, right? So Pluto, Saturn, they bring right, and Mars. So again, we have the big daddy planets, or the big boys. Lots of alpha male energy. Or like sibling rivalry, right? Again, like two of swords, the swords, right? Coming in hot. I'm so parent walking down the block, singing. So channeling information, right? Being an open channel to receive information is something I've always been, right? But being able to share it with others is something I have not always really done, right? So I'm absolutely enjoying the experience. And for you lords of oppression, it's okay. We're just gonna shower you with the love bomb too. And we got the death card here. Later. Which, this is coming out like in Mad Decks today. That doesn't, right, again, death doesn't mean bad. It's just, right, end of times. We're ending, letting go of certain things that no longer serve us, right? So we can make room for new, right? You can't build a building on top of another building. Well, ha! Let me rephrase my ignorant ass from saying such things, because that's all we've done is built on top of, right? How else did we make it all the way to the top of Babylon? Oh, Lord. Blue dragon from the Pleiades, right? Mad underground cities. Look at all the cities that we've built upon. And then some. Prepares you to accept source healing, divine masculine. Blue dragon from the Pleiades. Accept a heart activation. Give and receive heart healing. That's pretty. Do, 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 do. And, again, we can confuse, right, being wanted with being, right, full and present with ourselves, right? We can confuse, right, again, too, right? Slavery and sex have come hand in hand for a very long time, right? It's just part of, right, the game of love and war that they've, right, or we all have been part of. I get, right, we just like that. It just is what it is. So as we're coming out of antimatter zone and the negative, right, we're learning how to alchemize, right, our energy, right up out the water. Like Athena out Zeus's head. She right here. Queen of the thrones of earth. Right? And let's not forget that earth is, right, the daughter of Gaia. And Gaia is a living organism, a conscious living organism. as people, human beings, right? We have, right, bacteria and other things like microbes, etc., viruses within that are dormant and asleep, that when they first get mixed up with another energy because they got awoken, right? That sleeping atom got triggered, right? So at first, it's going to be messy until, right? Or not ready yet. Like if you're cooking something, we just put the ingredients in the pot, or we just started to, right? We just put it in the oven. The flavors haven't married and come together yet. They haven't alchemized. They haven't marinated, right? They haven't had a chance. We haven't allowed enough time and space for it, whatever it is, to do its thing, right? Do we have an expectation? Right? Where are we coming from? Right? Oh, I have a hidden card that don't belong. Isn't that funny? I mean, not funny, but abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Now, that doesn't mean like, right? Oh, like you make a wish, you rub one out. Yeah. Like a genie in the bottle, among other things. Right? How many directions can I go with that statement? Right now. Right. So that doesn't mean we use want, or want is way different than a need, right? Allowing, right, my knowing that my health is my wealth and abundance in all forms is important to me, right? But I, what's a better, well, good way to say, right? Like allowing to come easily to me, right? What I need, right? So if we say that, just allowing fluidity, right? Like breath, the ebb and the flow, right? To allow things to come and present themselves and then let them go, right? We don't think every time we breathe, unless, right? Maybe you have to jump in water or you're going to scuba dive, or there's a reason that you may feel like you got to wear a mask. You're not going to be able to breathe, right? So again, most beings haven't, right? There's many different waves, right? Different colors of the rainbow. So different waves, currents, and different forms and natures of, right? That we're all gonna, right, wake up, fall asleep, go through, right? Experience, right? So we all need to have patience, right? Every sin has a virtue at the other end. And so allowing ourselves, we don't got to go wearing other people's shoes, especially ones that don't fit. But it's definitely a suggestion that's worked for me and that I continue to use as a tool, is to put myself in someone else's shoes before I go, right? Jumping and calling on a kettle black, so to speak, if I haven't, I don't even understand that statement and where that just came from, but yeah, calling a kettle black, I never understood that statement. I still don't get it. So I guess I am a little, I'll be childish and silly all day. But However, I will also, at the end of the day, that scale is going to balance out. Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. There we go. Alpha Dragon. Speaking of alphas, harness the divine masculine power of creation. Divine masculine. Destroy the old. The death card was over here somewhere. All right, letting go of what no longer serves us. We don't have to know what it all is. And it's okay to let that's what it's okay to let go of. The need to know, right? We allow what we need to know to come to us, right? But we're still on top of it because you naturally are that, right? So it's like you already have that, like naturally, innately, instinctively in you. Right? It's like breeding of dogs, eugenics, right? Each breed has its own innate, right, kind of personality. Different types of dogs have different personality traits, yeah? Even though they're all called dogs, right? And they all come from, right, man breeding them. You know, they used to use baboons way back in the day to attack or be their guard, right? And then they couldn't really tame or control them, so they started domesticating, right, dogs, eugenics. So visualize your dream. Help to manifest a new world. It's a new world now. And Sunshine Yellow Dragon. Help you to help animals. Serve animals. Heal, respect, and understand them. And we did come from the animal kingdom before we got to become a human being, right? There's the plant and the mineral kingdom. But man thinks they have dominance over, meaning, right, the right to pick, choose, and do what they want with certain things. Right? No, men acting that way. A lot of, right, again, it's not about like, oh, not supposed to whatever. No, right? No. Right? Again, everybody's gonna have their own different boundaries due to the nature of who you are as a sun, a sun, a star being, right? Per sun, individual sun. So we all have our own unique path to follow back to our own home star, right? To find our way home. So if we listen to everyone else's path, pathogen, right, and follow the leader, where are we going to end up? Right? It's okay, right? Part of being, I guess, right, divine masculine, alpha male, a wolf. But really, is there an alpha male in the wolf pack? There is, but there's always a, right, there's many, and there has to be, wolves protect. Does man? Pretty much. I think they got a lot of their animal instincts from the wolf. Sorry, I just have a little sip of my. Right. So part of, again, raising our Christ consciousness, right? Allowing ourselves to be human, first of all. Okay. While also, right, experiencing and awakening and preserving the roles of, right, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and what that means. Right, with great, with knowledge and or power comes great responsibility, right, which is absolutely true. Right, once you know, you can't act and pretend as if we don't know. And there's a lot of beings that have been profiting money, and living lives off of exactly that, right? The energy of the others. Look at all the forcing that's going on right now. Constant tug of war, pushing, pulling, right? And again, Black Lives Matter, BLM, another one of the acronyms for that is Bureau of Land Management, right? So while they're like, oh, left, right, black, white, da, da, right? Creating an environment for two to duel it out, have a duel, argue, right? Just like trolls like to do. But beings that do that are only afraid of their own, right? Now it's like, again, that foundation is wobbling, wobbly, wobbly, wobble, wobble, right? Like, so they're pulling at straws and trying to repeat, right? The repeat narrative we're in right now, right? What's it? Oh, it's one of the documentaries. I was like, oh, because right, spirit gives me the right things to see, and things that I've even things I've seen before, right? Same with you, if right, we all do. It's just it depends on how right in tune we are to the frequency of our own nature. So we're receiving the messages we need to in order to gain more clarity and transparency. This is a parody. And that as well, right? Again, always take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're having fun and learning something as well, that's what's fucking best. It's like that's all I'm here to, right? Just be an open channel, so to speak, to share whatever's coming through in the now moment. And you could take it or leave it. I don't really, it's just like, right, certain things sometimes come through and I'm like, whoa, what was that? Like, or what the, and most of it, it's like when we're just going through, we're just, so it's like when you're driving, once you take off and you leave your driveway or your house or wherever you're leaving from, your residence, wherever you stayed, and then you're on your way. And as you go, you kind of go into a daydream, a meditative state. Sometimes it's like, wow, I don't even remember getting here, right? It's like, like, not that you don't remember, you remember driving, but you were just kind of like in that daze, right? Your brain is in that state of being where you're kind of on autopilot and you go into, right, the in between. You're like in another dimension. You're paying attention, you're focused, you're aware, but you're kind of somewhere else. Although you're one with your vehicle and moving through space and time, right? In many forms and dimensions, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally. You're in your car, you're in your Vimana, your human physical vessel, right? That's traveling through space and time. right? What goes up must come down. Gravity. How was gravity, right, made? Right? Gravity was created, right, due to the nature of the moon being where it is, right? And the magnet that's inside the center of the earth, which is what holds us, right? So we're not just floating out into space. It's like when you try to pull a fish out of water, how heavy is just a 7-pound fish, right? Let alone the big ones, the big guys, right? I mean, but how hard is it to pull a fish out of water, is what I'm saying, right? So taking anything out of its natural environment is like pulling, right, a suction cup, like you're pulling it against its, right, taking it out of its, right, against, right, the force, its natural. So being a high vibrational, multi-dimensional being, right, just means that you know where you vibrate at, right? And multi-dimensional means, right, like many things, right? That's a whole nother video. My, I just went shh a little bit. Oh, divine masculine. What do we do? Listen to music. So, well, multi-dimensional. Let me just quickly say this much, right? Think of each year being a different radio station or vibrational frequency. Every number has a numerical value, right? And a vibrational frequency. So when we tune in, doesn't have to, right? Because it's like I could listen to one radio station here, and as I'm traveling in my car driving, right, it goes out of range and picks up a different satellite, right? A different station. So now I'm going to have disruption, maybe static in what I'm listening to, or it starts to cut in, right? Another vibration, right? Another frequency is crossing, right? We're crossing where we're in or out of service, right? Internet. Right. And I say I do. Oh, well, divine masculine, I am twiddling away. um, so please, definitely, yo, I so appreciate you hanging out with me. Let's pull an after tarot card just for fun. See what else we see. We me. Oh, bye. And you know, tarot cards too. Again, they're just a picture says 1,000 words. They say, right? So there's nothing definitive. It just means what it does in that, natural present moment. Say to you, they have certain, right, different cards have different pictures and different symbolism to represent um different things. Well, what, right, the artist is feeling, and is having it to mean, and then what it may mean to you or what it may mean to me, and throughout different times. Because every time we pull a card, it's going to mean something different, even if it's the same card, right? Um, so we got Eight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. So yeah, again, so a lot of right humans, our human self, our kid, that goat, right? Copernicus, that goat side of self. It's like our teenage rebel self, right? It's focused on right which again, listen, we've all needed to build certain character, and everybody's had to go through different lessons, right? So again, this is like all it's been about, right? For a long time. And the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. But this Emperor is the after tarot. He's a little more relaxed looking than the Emperor, in the Rider Waite and the regular tarot, and in many other decks. Right, so it's coming into balance with that masculine energy. Right, again, the of war, the need to be right. And that, again, as a masculine, just as a male, right? As a man, right? To have all the enemies like step out of forget divine masculine, feminine, twin flame, all that stuff, right? Just as a human male, right? You guys have like, yo, woohoo to the veterans and to the men of our lives, our country, our right being that have fucking right plowed the roads and built the buildings and plumbed the plumbing and ran the lines for electricity, so we have warmth and heat and running water and toilets to flush and the ability to, right, like, drive our car and fill up. And there's like, again, like, don't get me wrong, when I'm like, again, we're just coming into a new right stage of time and space. So as that is occurring, right, cutting a lot of stuff off and allowing it to fall away, right? A lot of the stuff I speak of, it sounds like, oh, I'm all night and like whatever, but it's like, but wait, hold on a minute. Let me just say, I fucking love all my fucking, my humans and the men and the veterans and the women and the females and the feminines. And again, it takes all of us to create the whole, right? So, and we all have all these, right, multiple parts of ourselves. That's real messy. So again, having patience, right, to gain more conscious awareness, right, as we continue to, right, awaken. And that's a never ending process, just as we, right, accept that we're more than, right, just human and, right, and not to sound all like weird. If this is all weird for you, then, right, that's cool too. Um, you know, slowly at your own pace, do your own research, right? So that you have more knowledge and information, right? Like a little caterpillar, right? Like my little leaf that's sitting here next to with my tomato on it. Right. So we have to manja on little bits of, right? Bits, bytes, computer language too, right? But little bits, like a caterpillar, little bits. We don't have to chomp huge bites at once, right? Just like with anything that you're going to eat physically, right? We don't have, like, and my eyes can get bigger than my stomach. I love food. I grew up in the restaurant business and absolutely, absolutely love cooking. I love my children. I love cooking for everybody and making fun things. I went to culinary school. So I continued, my love for food, throughout my, adult life. Oh, that's a nice little pie. Um, and that's still what I do, being of service. So I'm nowhere near perfect. I've, again, fallen on my face throughout my whole, right, life, existence, so to speak. I mean, again, just, I don't know, coming in hot. But at the same time, I've always been super respectful and like never gotten like in really like any like I've always been I've always thought of others, you know, probably like I said, to my own detriment, right? Say being like an empath or not understanding how come and why, right? And still even to this, nowadays coming to terms and more clarity with all that because it's a lot. Right? So, and again, right, we don't get any more than we can handle. And my load is just different than your load, right? But by sharing, right, I'm allowing you to see little bits, right? So I don't know, again, if anything hopefully resonates, then fucking woohoo, right? That's all that I can ask for. If it helped you in some way and you could relate and was like, oh, okay, or laugh a little, um, or right, even if it pissed you off, so that then you're able to see more, yo, that's fucking amazing and awesome too. So, right, it's like sometimes, right, um, you a mom is gonna wash your face off, and you're like, "Get off, mom!" Right? A mother can be a little suffocating or annoying, wanting you to, right, or a doctor, right, in order to get right glass out of you, or a splinter, right? Your dad or your mom or a doctor may have to hurt you a little more in order to get that out so that you can heal, right? If they leave it alone, if we leave it alone and just let it be, right? If we allow that splinter to stay, well, now, right, you're going to have an infection. So are we mean because we're coming to take a splinter or a piece of glass out, or I'm just making an example, right? Something, right, that's caused harm, that's going to hurt for a little bit. So are we mean, right? There's differences in intention and why somebody, so when somebody sometimes like, they hurt me, well, but did they hurt you because they were helping you? And then in what way? I mean, there's a difference between someone, right, holding you down and forcing you, or right, or allowing you to, right, breathe and be there for you and hold your hand if you're scared or whatever the case may be. You have somebody to support you while, you can either watch or turn your head to help to fix the boo boo by taking out the obstruction, whatever that may be. But a lot of the time, again, as humans, we don't like change, which is the only constant, right? We like to sit in our shit or just stay or know or have a somewhat idea of what's going to happen. We're like, no, we want to know. What do you mean? We want to know. Right? And forget that word scared or fear. No, 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 no. I don't feel that. Right? Right, men? Right, men? Right, veteran men? And let me just say, I've seen the biggest, strongest men cry, and you know how much respect, honor, integrity, and love I have for them? More than you could ever dream or imagine, or possibly think of. Right? So, as far as, right, the negative Nellies that want to talk shit, um, you know, it's like, I love you too, because I know that you also just feel like, right, you've had to fight your way to get where you are right now. And you're absolutely worth being here and gaining, more knowledge of who you are and understanding, right? And allowed that time and space to have the growth that you also, right, deserve. Because no matter where you come from or where you originated, you had to fight as a soul and a being, right? You had to have the will in order to grow from a seed into something, right? So your presence and your existence and you mean also more than, right, you could ever imagine or know, right? And again, we don't need to know it all, but we just need to keep swimming and keep going and keep allowing, right? It's like peeling the onion. Like you ever watch Shrek, right? Ogres have feelings too, or layers. They have layers. Yeah, which is again that, like I was just saying, so true. Or any of the old cartoon movies you watch, or it's like the big straw. Which there's a really funny one with the Vikings. Oh, I forget the name of it. Hmm. Oh, and there's Brave. That's a good one too. There's so many, so it's like, again, the more we can have a sense of humor and, right, have a laugh um at ourselves and allow ourselves time and space to go through what we need to go through, because males, masculines, right, we all birth, we all go through labor, which is again the feminine, right, Eve, feminine birth. um And in order to birth a consciousness and be something, right, you had to find yourself somewhere in order to be right here in this now and present moment where you are right now, having some kind of existence, right? Seeing if we have a soul journey card or soul oracle. Oh, we got acceptance. And courage. Courage came up in another deck today, too. So super cool. Acceptance. So we were just talking about. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. That's y'all, and it's Wednesday. That's one of my favorite prayers, or right, sayings, words of wisdom. Right, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's all I need to know. And then more comes. It's like, no, that's not all I need to know. However, that is all I need to know, and I can let the rest go. What I need to know will come to me, and then it's like, oh, and then I can let it go, right? I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And that doesn't have to be, right, a harsh, right? I know. No, I just have to know the difference between learning, right? Learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So you ever heard this saying, right? This keeps coming up. Man makes plans and God just laughs. Right? And it's not we're being laughed at. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. Right? And on that note, I'll leave you with a little love from all spaces. From here, anyhow. Right? So within, so without, as above, so below. In any which direction that you may go, I hope you find peace and clarity right? And the ability, right, to gain the tools, right, the divination, the divine tools that are necessary, right, to continue to make it through. Look, failure. What do you think as soon as you say that word? Oh, no. Look, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So when we keep beating ourselves up over and over and over and over like a dead horse and trying to make things and right, we're saying we're upset about something and we're pretty much and then calling ourselves a failure. But we're presenting it as we have a determined idea and we got our shit together, right? And right, not willing to take a look at that, right? So I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to fall on our face. It's okay to not know, right? We have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And that's a fact, right? Mind over matter. Is your mind where your brain resides? Our brain is like an electrical circuit. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And to tarot, etc. Yeah, I know I'm on Facebook. Sorry, Facebook. Facebook. Um, so I don't really like, again, like I said, have such like, again, always take what resonates and leave the rest. However, yeah, law of attraction. Right. Um, we're all here to serve one another's higher good. Again, even if it shows up looking like, right, that red eye. Because sometimes, again, it's like, okay, wait a second. What am I supposed to learn? Right? We have to rephrase our question. If we ask the right question, then we gain a key to have, right, more wide open spaces and ability to have more fluidity, which time is fluid, not linear. Right? Atoms, facts right now. So on that note, yeah, it was a little interesting reading. It was like up, down, all around, jig jag, uppy duppy, guppies, sharks. Arr. Dang. Um, massive attack. Anyhow, interesting. Yeah, lots of interesting vibrations today, I'll say, It's a new moon energy. So definitely, let's see, speaking of new moon, we can't close out without pulling a moon card. I mean, we could, but I'm gonna hit end and then be like, oh, I should have pulled a moon card. Let's see. And so I got a little distracted earlier. Yeah, lots of yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Lots of that and coming to terms with well, just again, we're at a crossroads at a new rate. So when we're at a stage of transition and right big change, um, which is, absolutely where we're at, right? In the season, again, we're in autumn now. Wow. The energy is gaining momentum as they all jump out. And a win-win forecast, a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra, which we don't have a full one presently, but we have a new moon in Libra today, and the sun is in Libra present today. What do you need to release? What I was gonna say earlier, yeah, for Facebook fans and etc., or whoever that maybe is a little uncomfortable, again, that's okay. Look at the bigger picture. A fiery climax approaches. And jumping out like and your dreams need a practical plan, I'll say. Working on that. Practicalities. That's not my strong suit, I will say. I can admit my when I see them, it's like, oh wait, yep, I do that, or yep, I have no fucking problem taking a look at myself and laughing and yeah, acknowledging any of that shit. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I again with this situation, void of course moon. This got coming out in the other death too. So yeah, and that's where we're at. Void of course moon. Void of course. Because we can't see the moon right now. So yeah, that's why I keep coming up. So yeah, divine masculines. Well, that was fun and interesting. And what a ride. What a long, strange trip it's been. And yeah, I'm super tired. Before I get any more goofy, I'll bid you adieu. And please like, subscribe, hit the bell if you're on YouTube. And if you didn't like it and you want to hit a thumbs down, that's cool as well. Or prerogative. And I wish you nothing but love, honey. I send you nothing but love. And I hope you'll come back again. Thanks so much, leader.